available in San Francisco, California. And so we definitely focus on art and design, as you will soon find out. It might not be everyone's cup of tea in here, I understand that, but I don't think it hurts to listen to options that are available. With that being said, as I go through the presentation and the slides, if you guys have any questions, feel free to type the questions in the chat box. You can either do it privately or you can do it publicly, and then I'll leave time at the end to answer any questions you may have. Also too, you can also wait till the end when I'm done. If you just want to ask live, unmute yourself and just ask a question. And if you have like a dire question as I'm going through, I don't mind interruptions. So you can unmute and ask while I'm presenting as well. So you got lots of options for questions. I dropped a link in your chat box that you guys can use if you have an interest. So if anything you hear today grabs your attention, go ahead and click on that link. You can do it during the presentation or right before it's ending, but have it filled out before the presentation ends. You can click it out, fill it out on your computer, and then I'll send you an email with information as soon as I get off the presentation, or I have one more. So depending on time, I might do it at like 3. I also have a QR code you can use, and you can fill it out on your phone as well. And that'll be towards the end of the presentation when I bring that up. So with that being said, give me just a few minutes to get set up here. Also too, I'm a little bit sick, so my voice is kind of not like the strongest in the world right now, so I apologize if I'm hard to understand. You should be seeing an aerial view of San Francisco now. So what I would like to say is that because we're in the middle of a pandemic and we can't do a lot of in-person anything anymore, we normally would have tours. If you are not a senior this year, I'm assuming, I hope that before you graduate, our tours options will resume and you can come to San Francisco and see what we look like in person, which is always very important. Normally what we offer for tours is Monday through Saturday year round. There are several tours throughout every day. We also have a hospitality program that we offer during the summer months where a potential student can come out with one guest. You can stay with us 2 nights for free in our student housing and take a tour of the school, learn about programs that we offer, as well as get a little bit of a tour of San Francisco, which is nice. So tours are a lot of fun, I will say, and hopefully those will resume soon. I don't know, hard to say. In the meantime, I'm gonna play a video so you guys can kind of get a feel for what San Francisco looks like if you have not been there, and get a feel for what our school looks like. Of course, you can always visit our website, academyart.edu, if you haven't already. Really great information on there as well. As I go through the slideshows, you guys are going to come across this little camera icon, and that's just to cue you in to take a picture of the screen or screenshot it if you're using your phone, so you can save the information for later. So just kind of keep an eye out for that. I'll probably remind you a few times where I think it's important for you to save the information. We are, as far as like applying to our school, as long as you're, so we have 3 times a year you can apply for any program. So 3 start dates every school year. Summer start dates, spring and fall. You can apply up to the first week that each semester starts. So that's kind of nice because you have some options. With that being said, we are no barriers admission. So as long as you are a high school graduate, regardless of the amount of experience you have or whether or not you have a portfolio, you are eligible to apply for any of our programs. We have set our degree programs up where people can enter with little to no experience. We have the concept that where there's a will, there's a way. If you're willing to learn something bad enough, you'll put the time and effort, and we feel we can teach you. So it's nice because it leaves options open. I know in high school, you're not always going to have exposure to what we have available. You have some, but not quite the extent. We do have opportunities that you can utilize to get experience if you'd like. We offer free workshops and we have free online classes. I mean, the workshops are online as well. The workshops are 1 night. They usually fall on Tuesdays. They run from 7 to 8:30. And every month we have different topics, different subject matters. It could be like game designing. It could be jewelry and metal art. So there's one option to get experience and exposure to what's available out there. Our pre-college classes is a scholarship-based program. So we offer free, tuition-free, application-free online classes, 2 every fall, 2 in the spring, which is the next opportunity you can take advantage of, 3 in the summer. They are only for high school students. So if you're a senior and graduating this May or June, spring semester is our last option. The first day of class starts on February 20th. I'll go into more details about the pre-college classes at the end of the presentation. I just wanted to throw it out there so you could be thinking about it as I go through the information I'm going to share with you today. But with each class that you take and complete, you can earn $1,000 credit. That is money you can use if you apply to Academy of Art for school expenses. If you don't have a desire to apply to us, but you want to take advantage of a free class, you can do that as well. Okay, so with that being said, here is a list of what we have available. Academy of Art University offers 2-year bachelor level master degrees, as well as like continuing education options and certificate level options in 22 areas of study. We have a lot of variety, definitely focused on art and design. So we offer anything from like performing arts to things like fine arts. We have unique degree programs like automotive restoration or landscape architecture. And then of course we have the popular music production, game development, animation. If you like to write, we also have like writing for film, television, digital media, or within our School of Fashion, we have a fashion journalism program. So again, lots of options out there, all focused on art and designing. I'm going to talk a little bit about art school because I understand throughout my years of doing this that people have specific ideas of what they think art is, and they tend to be a little closed-minded. Usually when people think of art, whether it be education or a career, they specifically think of fine art, and they don't understand the realm and how many different options there are out there for a creative career. People see careers in the arts as specialized and unreachable, which, being specialized, I agree with. That's true of any career. If you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be a teacher, you need to go to school and you need to learn a certain amount of skill set. And then of course there's on-the-job training. But as far as unreachable, there's a lot of opportunities for creative careers and different ways that individuals can sustain a creative lifestyle. We're going to watch a little bit of a video. I probably won't show the whole thing just for time, but I'll show part of it. It's one of our photography students, and she touches on her choice in choosing an art college versus maybe something a little more traditional.
Have fun, love what you do. When you wake up every day and you get to do something you love, it just makes life that much more exciting. My mother is a really strong influence in making me my own change maker, influencing others. She always said, be a leader, not a follower. Everyone in my family is pretty much, working class people. I'm the first person to sort of step out of that box and try to be an artist. Photography is important to me. It allows me to tell my story. It allows me to tell the stories of others. The miniatures were a really good thing to use to enhance the narrative of my work. I'm putting my personal story into each and every piece. The elements of my childhood, stories, related to my parents. Hopefully that photo will impact someone else. It's really nerve-wracking to have someone come in and scrutinize your work when it's so personal. Having people come in and say positive things immediately helped to bring me back to the whole purpose of the gallery, which was to share my story.
Art inspires, so regardless of what realm of life anyone comes from, everyone's going to enjoy some form of art. It could be film, music, good food, a novel you're reading. Art really is all around us at all times. For example, you wear art every day with the clothes and jewelry you pick out and put on before you go out. Cars that you see on the road today were created by artists that studied things like digital drawing, 3D modeling. Software programs like ZBrush and Procreate have really revolutionized the way that we produce concept art. These ideas and products come to life thanks to industrial design, the field of industrial design, which is one of the programs that we offer. With our industrial design program, there are different focuses. So depending on your interest, for example, there is a furniture designing option, there is a toy designing option, as well as automotive transportation design. So with transportation design, you're thinking about the future of designing. And basically, you think about what needs are we going to have with, how our cities are set up, our lifestyles, what functions and features are going to be most relevant to us, as well as what means of transportation will fit best in our lives. I'll play a quick video. You can see a student's example. Mentioned automotive restoration. So that's another focus within the School of Industrial Design. So whereas transportation design focuses on the future and focuses on, it's kind of, what I'm trying to say is it's more of a desk job, right? Transportation designing. You're sitting at a desk, you're coming up with ideas, you're building prototypes, you're pitching your idea. Automotive restoration is more labor because you're restoring cars. And so you'll learn and take classes in things like wood shop, mechanics, paint, upholstery, that kind of thing. Now, other places that you come across art would be like when you go to Target or you go to a grocery store, all the products that you see on the shelf have packaging around them. And the intent of the packaging is to establish that brand identity, brand recognition. We're very visually oriented. We notice colors and graphics before we notice words. So that brand loyalty, get the consumer's attention. These designs are created by mostly graphic designers. Sometimes illustrators take a part, depending on whether the graphic designer can draw or not, or needs to draw or not. With that being said, what happens is graphic designers communicate to us visually. They get our attention. They, inspire us. They alter our moods by using visuals like colors and graphic images and typography, placement, composition. Think about advertisements that you see on TV or billboards. Those are all artist visions brought to life, and multiple artists at that. So if you have a poster design, that's most likely going to be an illustrator or a graphic designer, all the visual content. Then you have people that are working in advertising, which is the behind the scenes effort, and they're coming up with creative slogans and campaign ideas to market products and services to, consumers. If you're looking at a video, then you got the cinematographer. With video, you need audio. So there's your music and sound design artist. You have your performing artists, if it includes live action, or if it's going to be like animation and VFX. Then that's another set of artists. So again, this industry employs a variety of different types of artists. Think about the video games you're addicted to, like League of Legends. You have to understand those games you're currently playing now were created by individuals who were in high school once, just like you, who love gaming, who realize that, hey, this is a passion of mine, so why not find a way to make money doing something I love? Going back to industrial design, another focus we offer is footwear designing. So again, industrial designers create anything from the concept, the idea, to the prototype, a sample. The idea for these speed climbing shoes, the student thought about the 2024 Olympics. And if you like the idea of footwear designing, depending on your interest, we have a School of Fashion, and one of the options that we offer in fashion is footwear and accessory design degree program. The difference between the two programs, industrial designers focus on technology. They focus on functionality. How can I make this running shoe better? Whereas a fashion designer focuses on aesthetics. So they are going to design from the point of view of like creating a style, a collection. The world needs artists. Artists are very important. They're producers of culture, the creative problem solvers. You all could very well be the next visionaries and creators of tomorrow if that's what you want to do. I mean, obviously, I truly believe you have to have a strong passion. It's a competitive industry. So, that passion and drive is very important, but if you possess that, definitely Academy of Art can help you take that to the next level. Other examples of how art comes into your life: landscape designing. When you go to a park, when you look at your neighbor's, yard, when you go to a hospital like Kaiser and you see the little parklets that they have available within the hospital setting, those are all created by landscape designers. And again, landscape designers, like transportation design, is a desk job more than it is a physical labor job. It's about coming up with ideas for landscape designs, and it could be residential, commercial, institutional. Also think about the buildings that you live in, that you go to school in. The outside structure is the creation of the architect, another program we offer. And if you take a look around the room you're currently in, chair you're sitting in, the arrangement of the furniture, the colors, the textures used in that room, the alignment of the room is all something an interior designer envisions. And with our interior design program, again, you've got residential, commercial, institutional. So you get to take classes and learn all aspects, and then you focus and figure out what your niche is. Think about your desk, your computers, the phones in your pockets as well. All of these things come across the hands of an artist at one point or another. Careers in the arts are on the rise. You don't have to be a cliche of a starving artist. Again, it is a competitive industry. You definitely need drive and passion. But Academy is here to help introduce you to the industry. We help you with important skills such as networking, introduction. So that's what our job is, to help you connect and train you. And again, the rest has to come from you. But we've been training professional artists since 1929. Our first program started out as advertising art. Our second class was fashion illustration. And we just keep growing and growing as, the industry grows. And, we fluctuate and change with the industry for what's, needed and popular at the time. We are regionally and nationally accredited. You can, for example, earn a 2-year degree at a junior college first and transfer into our bachelor program. Definitely a way to save money. Our curriculum is hands-on, so we're practice-based versus theory-based. So it's very hands-on. The instructors are working in professionals. So, with that being said, they're offering our students firsthand knowledge of the industry, and they're able to connect our students with internships and introductions and things like that, which is always a nice, The video that you're going to watch right now is you're going to listen to instructors from our fashion journalism program talk about how they incorporate their, real life jobs within the classroom.
There is a shift happening right now in the fashion industry and ways audiences consume journalism. Because of that, there is a rising demand for specialists that can help explain fashion across digital and print, social, and mobile media.
You can make your own career now through social media. You can create a whole universe for yourself to grow and be successful.
We equip students with interdisciplinary expertise to help them succeed in the ever-evolving field of fashion journalism.
One of my goals in class is to really strengthen their understanding of what is a good story, what is good storytelling, and why fundamental journalistic skills are still very relevant and very important. We constantly are talking about what I'm working on, and we use real-world examples that I've used in my career.
All my instructors here have been really supportive and helpful. I've learned how to be professional, ask pointed questions. You need to be able to write a story on your phone and post it within 5 minutes. You need to be adept in all types of social media and different types of platforms to promote your stories.
It's our responsibility to report and properly adapt to that change. The school has prepared me with the professional skills to go out in the world. We've gone to New York Fashion Week and we've got to report on the runways.
People should definitely know that when you're looking at the Academy is look at the programs that you're going into, look at the instructors, look at where they've been. You need to actually come and check it out for yourself because you will be pleasantly surprised at how well the Academy stacks up to schools around the world.
The best part is the students. Our student population is incredibly diverse. They bring so many different perspectives into the classroom.
All of it together, that entire academic experience at the Academy of Art University best prepares you to succeed in the field of fashion journalism.
Students really are able to find their place and purpose at Academy. And aside from our instructors being able to, directly connect our students to the industry, we do so in a lot of other ways as well. So regardless of what program a student is enrolled in, we have lecture series. So we bring professionals out from all over the world that are successful in their fields to talk to the students about the day in and the day out and the realities of that field, of that job, how they broke in, how they remain successful, what the future holds, where the trend, how it's going to change. We also have, for example, classes that connect you to the industry in a variety of ways. So for example, our School of Advertising has a class called Young and Hungry, which is open to, for example, photography, graphic design, web design students, if they're interested. We have a building, we set it up like an actual ad agency. The gray box here, these titles you see, these are names of existing ad agencies in the Bay Area that we partner with. And so they come in, they meet our students, they give our students a project, our students, collaborate, they work together. So they're already starting to network and build those important relationships with individuals that once they all graduate will be in similar industries. Obviously, the more people you know, the better off you are. And then they present their creative ideas. And the students that work hard and these experiences, they turn into internships and job offers for our students. Another class we have that's similar, and I'll play this video in just a minute, is Studio X, which is geared towards like music and sound design, animation, VFX, game development, even like if you love to draw, our illustration or visual development programs. And so it's a full-fledged functioning animated studio where you're working with real clients on real productions. So actual video games, films, as well as TV shows. So here's a clip or, a look at some of the work that was done through Students have access to workshops. So this is something like, aside from your curriculum and your scheduled classes, Fat Tuesdays, for example, are night classes offered Tuesday nights that are taught by industry professionals from companies like Pixar, Industrial Lights and Magic, and they're able to kind of show our students what they do at that particular, a company, how they do things. We have yearly events that we host for students to network, or students are about ready to graduate so they can network and get exposure. One of them is a yearly fashion show in San Francisco for the design students. They have an outlet to showcase their collection, and they get exposure not only by the people attending, but we invite editors from major magazines from all over the world to come out and create a write-up within that magazine for these up and coming design students. We also have 10 slots available during New York Fashion Week. Of course, it's only a few select students for that, but again, it's just something that's available, something our students can take advantage of. We also have programs like esports. We have an esports lab, and we offer both a production and collegiate program. It's open to a variety of different degree students. So you have weekly game events, at least 6 different tournaments a semester, in league-based competitions against other universities and colleges in North America. So we really do have the tools needed for dedicated students. Now, of course, instruction right now, everything is virtual, right? Everything's online, but we've always had online degree programs. We created our online degree programs about 2 decades ago. So you could stay here in the Valley and earn your full bachelor's degree in animation, fashion journalism, graphic design, fully online. We have a hybrid option where you can be online on site. Now, About a month ago, we did predict that we were going to be back in the classroom come summer semester. The way things are going, I mean, I don't know. It's really hard to say, but our students that are enrolled, they're not missing a beat. I mean, the students are living in San Francisco, still have access to like studio space and checkout rooms and things like that so they can do their work and assignments. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully those years this year, by the time you graduate, things will be a little different than they are now. We have study abroad opportunities. For example, we have a summer semester in Italy where you're touring different spots, or not Italy, I'm sorry, in Europe, where you get to tour a couple spots in Europe, look at museums, study, practice. We also, for our fashion students, have a year exchange program in Florence, Italy, where you'll spend a year studying at a college in Florence. We do have scholarships available that students can apply that would cover the tuition portion of that year. Our only location for the school would be the city of San Francisco. That is the only place you're going to find us. That is our home. And we have a unique campus. We are kind of spread out in the city, so not everything is in walking distance. To give you an example of what I mean, if you look at the map of the city here, red and blue dots are the buildings that our school uses to educate our students and house them. We own the buildings. So the red dots are our academic buildings. If you were a landscape design major, the majority of your classes are going to happen here. The blue dots are student housing. Right now we have 10 buildings we use to house students. We offer traditional dorm style. We also have apartment and loft living. All of our buildings offer wireless internet service for students to use, 24/7 security. We have a free shuttle bus system set up for all students to help you guys get around the city. And we have 3 fully equipped gyms available. We also have meal plans for purchase. And for pricing on fees, tuition, supplies, housing, and meal plans, visit our website, academyart.edu. Everything is detailed out for you there. And we offer 6 different cafes that students can eat their meals in. So the housing is still open for students, so are the meal plans. We have kind of switched it around. So like the dorms normally would house 4 students to a room that you would share, and then a public bathroom, or sometimes the rooms have private bathrooms for the 4 students. We are now condensed down to 2 students per room, but we haven't changed the prices. So with that being said, you know, one of the programs that did get impacted by the pandemic is our athletics program. We do offer an NCAA Division II. You can see what sports we have available for men and women. Go ahead and take a screenshot or picture of this so you can save the information for later if you're interested. PacWest did postpone competition. They're supposed to reassess this month. I haven't heard anything yet. I don't know, you know, what's going to happen. So it'll be interesting. But right now for the students that are going through the programs, they're still conducting team activities. So we're still doing practices, strength and conditioning training, that kind of thing. So they don't lose any momentum or skill, at least. Hopefully, like I said, when we do resume, you can take the tours. So again, if anyone came in late, we have tours in the city of San Francisco Monday through Saturday year round, several tours throughout a day. You could just come up for the day and do a tour, or during the summer months, we have a hospitality program where a student can come out with 1 guest and stay with us 2 nights for free in our student housing. And then you'll get to see what housing's like. You'll take tours because we're spread out. You also get a tour of San Francisco, which is nice. And learn about the program that you're interested in, or learn about what programs you're interested in. Like I had mentioned before, we stay on top of our curriculum. One of the advantages a private school is going to have over a public school is we can change on a dime. So we're able to incorporate the newest, latest information technology. So our students are graduating with the most up-to-date information. To give you guys an example, I'm going to play a video where you're going to hear from instructors from our game development talk about the Tesla suit technology our students have exposure to before it's even released for the public, as well as one of the tracks that's available within our School of Game Development called Technical Art.
Hi, my name is Michael Buffington. I am the concept art lead in the School of Game Development for the Academy of Art University. Now, there are a lot of really cool tracks in the School of Game Development, but one that I wanted to talk to you about right now is technical art. Now, technical art is a totally new role within the games industry. It's sort of like a link between artists and programmers. In fact, technical art is kind of like a hybrid between artists and programmers.
So I'm here with Phil. Phil is a technical art lead in the School of Game Development, and we're checking out the Tesla suit. So Phil, what exactly is a Tesla suit?
So the Tesla suit has full body motion capture, climate control, and haptic feedback to guide its user's experience within a game. Technical art involves rigging, visual effects, and working with new technology like virtual reality and the Tesla suit. The Tesla suit, in fact, is actually still in the prototype stage, but we get to work with it now, years before it's actually going to be available to consumers. When a user puts on their headset, they're immersed in a new world ready to tackle new challenges that are as close to reality as you can get.
That feels like my arm's on fire. Wow, that's incredible. Is that the sound for the jukebox? Oh, wow. Yeah! You can feel the music, all right. The Academy gives you the skills that you need to be a technical artist.
So because of this, our students are graduating with competitive demo reels and portfolios. And where I'd mentioned for, admissions, it's not a requirement to have a portfolio. You definitely will graduate with one. It's built into your curriculum and part of, the services we provide students. Your demo reel or your portfolio is a visual resume, basically designed to showcase in a skill set to a potential employer. I'm not going to play the whole video just for time's sake, but I will show you a sample of one of our VFX students demo reel, which is a visual and audio presentation. If you guys are enjoying what you have seen so far and you want to check out additional student work from all of the programs, either of these three links would be great to get on if you want to take a picture or screenshot, and then that way you can save it for when you have time to check it out. The Spring Show is an annual event like the fashion show for students that are about ready to graduate. It's a big wide space open forum for all students from all programs. Students set up their work. It's open to the public on most days, so anyone can come through, look at students' work, talk to students. So students are getting a lot of great exposure that way. We also have a specific day we shut down for industry leaders that we have invited out from both domestic and international, and we set students up with portfolio reviews and interviews and things like that. I'm going to skip through this, a list of some of the companies currently that students are working for, or companies that normally hire from Academy of Art. Like I said, we've been in the city for a long time. We've established some great relationships and partnerships. So again, that's really great for our students. I want to go back to talking about designing. You might recognize this from the game Minecraft, but this was a project for our game development students where they were to work on creating unique textures. And, textures are really important. For example, you wouldn't want your solid gold sword to resemble, a piece of cheddar cheese. If you haven't realized, for those of you that are already, illustrating, sketching, keeping the sketchbook, the doodles that you've been doing are the basis to concept art, which is the foundation for basically our entire entertainment industry. So animations and, movies and video games, as well as music videos and cartoons, they all come from an artist's vision and concept art panel. So with this next film we're gonna watch, student example, it started out as a simple sketch and idea. Now, here's the schedule for the next opportunity for the free, tuition-free, application-free online college or classes. It's called Pre-College Art Experience. So these are classes available to students in high school that you can take with us online. Again, tuition-free and application-free. Where you might encounter expenses would be with supplies for the class. Not every class has supply fees. It really just depends. And again, if you guys are interested, fill out those interest cards, either tap on the link that I added in the chat box, and I'll email you the direct link for the pre-college so you can have all the information you need for the classes. But our spring semester, first day of class starts February 20th, runs till April the 9th. You are a senior graduating this June or May or whenever it is your last opportunity to take advantage of this. Your option is Zoom or modular. So Zoom is live. So basically you have set class meeting times during the spring semester. You have to meet, oh gosh, it's 1:50. So you guys are almost out of here. You basically meet on Saturdays, or you could do modular. So modular is more like independent. But again, they're scholarship based. For each class you take and complete, you get $1,000 credit per class. You can use that money if you apply to our school for school expenses. Here's a list of what we're offering this spring. If you want to take anything you're drawing and painting, digital design, you could try something like in photography or car or motorcycle design, or animation and gaming. Again, these classes are starting to fill up, they're starting so soon. So if you're interested, I would encourage you to apply sooner than later. This is what we have for fashion and then for film and writing. So these slides, by the way, were done by high school students through the pre-college classes. They definitely can be used for your portfolio. Now, I will send information about February's workshops to your teacher. She can share it with you. I just need to get that. I forgot to get that done, but I'll do that by the end of the week. Also, we have online open houses if you want to attend. Every month we have 2 online open houses. So for those of you that are interested, go ahead and either click on that link that I sent in your chat, and you can, I want to do that exact thing. You want to design cars. Oh yeah, that's a popular field, and our students have some really great internships. Like we have partnerships with Jaguar, Audi. So, they really get exposure, by the way, for the car design. And we have that pre-college class. So you could always check out the pre-college motorcycle and car design class and see how you like it. Another way you could fill out an interest card is using the QR code. So you can either click on the link, fill it out on your computer right now, or you can use the QR code with your phone, right? You just open up your camera and it'll read information. It'll bring up a box you touch on. And the form's pretty easy to fill out, pretty basic. You don't have to really give us too much information. I would encourage you for the email address, go ahead and use if you have one, your personal email account, Gmail, iCloud, mostly because I don't think we can usually send emails out to school accounts. They usually kick them back. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to type them in. Your teacher can share my email address with you. You can ask me through email. If you fill out the interest card, you'll already have my email address, so you can always respond to that. Unmute if you want to ask a question. And I know we're out of time. I did want to thank you again for listening. Hopefully the information was useful to you. Definitely, if you have an interest, please check us out, try out some of these free classes. But anyway, thanks so much for being a part or taking, your class time to listen to what I had to say. So,
what's the average price to attend this college?
You're looking at full-time undergraduate about $26,000 a year. We're pretty moderately private schools. Public schools run about, about 11,000. I've got the breakdown. So private schools usually run about 41,000. We're 26. State schools run about 11,000, and out of state is about 27,000. So we're kind of right on the price range as out of state colleges would cost you. And again, get on our web, academyart.edu. It's all the cost is detailed out for you there. So you can, sit down and really look through what you're being charged for. We charge per unit, by the way. We don't, so you're charged for what you take.